This is Part 2, Episode 111. There was a thunderous, rumbling sound. The small ball closed in on the black-robed man's body, causing his clothes to instantly disappear. His skin quickly collapsed, then his flesh and blood turned to dust before finally his bones disappeared as well. Now besides his origin soul, everything else about him had completely disappeared from this world. The spirit beast missed and let out an angry roar. It wanted to chase after the black-robed man's origin soul, but it couldn't because of the war chariot's leash, so it began to roar in anger. Wang Lin's right hand reached out and grabbed the war chariot. He quickly chased after the black-robed man's origin soul. The spirit beast was extremely happy as it quickly passed Wang Lin to chase after the origin soul. A person and a beast were working together so well for the first time. With Wang Lin moving the war chariot, it increased the movement range of the spirit beast by a lot. After chasing for a bit, the spirit beast seemed like it couldn't wait any longer. It turned its large head around to look at Wang Lin, and after letting out a roar, it charged at him. Wang Lin's expression remained the same, but both of his pupils suddenly shrank. The spirit beast's speed was very quick. With a cold expression on his face, Wang Lin decided that if the beast took one more step, he would punish it without any hesitation. The spirit beast suddenly paused while closing in and revealed a hint of sadness. Wang Lin suddenly realized something and the coldness in his eyes disappeared. He nodded at the spirit beast, then the spirit beast looked at Wang Lin and suddenly jumped at him. It didn't attack Wang Lin but wrapped around him and threw him up. It then moved like lightning and appeared under Wang Lin's feet before carrying him away at a frightening speed. Wang Lin was suppressing the joy in his heart because this was the first time the spirit beast was willingly carrying him. The celestial who created the war chariot recorded in the jade that this treasure was different from others. Although the mantra was very powerful, if one wasn't acknowledged by the spirit beast, only a portion of its true power could be used. Only after making the beast truly acknowledge him could the full power of the war chariot be used. The beast hasn't acknowledged me, it is only eager to devour that origin soul. It considers me too slow, so it decided to carry me, but this is still much better than before. The spirit beast's speed was extremely fast. It can be said that this beast's speed wasn't any slower than when Wang Lin uses the silver dragon star compass in space. The spirit beast created many afterimages as it disappeared into the distance at an unimaginable speed. The black-robed man was quickly flying away. There was a small crystal located at his dantian, and there was some demonic energy slowly being released from it. His hatred toward Wang Lin increased to a monstrous degree while he escaped. He swore that once he found a body to possess and return to full power, he would find a way to cruelly kill Wang Lin. As he was escaping, his expression suddenly changed. He turned his head to see the spirit beast that seemed to have locked onto him quickly chasing after him. The black-robed man's origin soul revealed a look of fear, and he was just about to change direction when the spirit beast let out a roar that seemed to travel directly through space. The black-robed man's origin soul suddenly trembled. It couldn't help but stop for a moment, which allowed the spirit beast to close in. The spirit beast's eyes were filled with greed. It knew that if it devoured this origin soul, its strength would increase. If it could get strong enough, it would be able to break free from this damn prison and live a carefree life as it wandered around the large universe. With this idea in mind, the spirit beast worked extra hard. It opened its mouth and a wave of fishy smell came from inside it. This was a soul breath. It caused the black-robed man's origin soul to immediately stiffen. If it was a nascent soul, it would have already lost all power to resist. However, the black-robed man's soul wasn't a nascent soul but an origin soul. It was also the powerful origin soul of someone who was at the late stage of soul transformation and ready to step into the ascendant stage. As a result, although this breath was effective, it couldn't completely freeze him. He moved at an impossible angle and managed to escape the jaws of the spirit beast. He was about to permanently damage his origin soul by using his origin soul's essence to escape. But just at this moment, Wang Lin moved. However, what he moved wasn't his body but the soul lasher. The whip moved like a shadow and quickly wrapped itself around the black-robed man's origin soul. Wang Lin pulled the origin soul back into his hand and sealed it within a soul flag. The spirit beast was suddenly outraged and turned its head to devour Wang Lin. Seeing its delicious food being stolen made it almost as angry as it was when it was captured, sealed, and refined by that celestial. Wang Lin secretly sighed, then his eyes became cold and he softly said one word. With this one word, the spirit beast's eyes suddenly turned bloodshot and it let out an angry roar. It gave Wang Lin a merciless look before its large body returned to the war chariot. At the moment its body returned to the war chariot, it didn't give Wang Lin any time to react before turning back into the beast trap and flying back to him. A powerful suction force suddenly came from the beast trap. Wang Lin bitterly smiled. Whenever the beast threw a temper tantrum, it was a headache to deal with. Wang Lin sat down in the lotus position with a piece of celestial jade in his hand to counteract the suction force. This time, the amount of celestial spiritual energy it absorbed was far greater than before. This showed just how angry the beast was. Although having celestial spiritual energy being absorbed was a side effect of the beast trap, after being fused with it for so long, the spirit beast had more or less gained some control. However, its control was limited, so at the most it could only make the trap suck away a bit more celestial spiritual energy than usual. After a long time, Wang Lin took a deep breath, and the suction from the beast trap slowly disappeared. It seemed the spirit beast couldn't make it to suck more and could only unwillingly give up. After putting away the beast trap, Wang Lin revealed a bitter smile. He closed his eyes to go back into cultivation and didn't open them until he had recovered all of his celestial spiritual energy. This spirit beast, Wang Lin shook his head. The sky was now bright and the wave of demonic spiritual energy that lasted the night was gradually disappearing. Wang Lin stood up, then his right hand slapped his bag of holding and took out the soul flag holding the black-robed man's origins owl. He shook the flag, causing the black-robed man's origin soul to appear, and his hand moved like lightning, catching the origin soul in his palm. At the same time, the celestial spiritual energy inside Wang Lin's body formed threads that entered the origin soul to form a restriction. If this person wanted to self-destruct, the threads would create a buffer. Although he couldn't completely seal the black-robed man's origin soul due to the difference in cultivation levels, this allowed him to detect the attempt at self-destruct ahead of time and seal the origin soul within the soul flag. I won't accept this. If it wasn't for that spirit beast magical treasure and the soul fragments to lure the heavenly ghost away, you wouldn't be a match for me at all. You would have died for sure. After the black-robed man's origin soul was released, it immediately roared in anger, and his eyes were extremely vicious. He knew that he had been captured and would have no chance of survival. He also noticed the restriction in his origin soul, so he knew it would be useless to self-destruct. Thus, he decided to vent as he pleased. Wang Lin didn't waste any time with him and directly asked, "What is the demon crystal?" The black-robed man's origin soul sneered and said, "Shameless person. First you forced me to compete with you in spells, then you took advantage of the moment that I was defenseless and sneak attacked me. Is this how the Heavenly Fate sect acts?" Wang Lin frowned and he squeezed his right hand. The origin soul let out a series of miserable screams and it weakened, but the black-robed man's gaze was still vicious. The origin soul sneered and looked at Wang Lin. "I, Lu Yun, am a disciple of the Heavenly Ghost sect. I cultivate the path of the Heavenly Ghost and naturally have my own ghost spirit. If you kill me, then my master, Daoist Ghost, will find out, and he will avenge me. He is someone who even the All-Seer talks to as a peer. Wang Lin, have you carefully thought about this?" Wang Lin coldly looked at the person. He was losing his patience, so he raised his right hand and hit the origin soul. The origin soul that had already lost its body almost collapsed and weakened a lot due to this blow. "My master won't forgive you." The viciousness in Lu Yun's eyes reached its limit. Wang Lin's eyes became cold as his left hand pressed against this person's forehead and he softly said, "Soul search." There were many restrictions to the soul search, but with Wang Lin's current cultivation level and the use of celestial spiritual energy, it wasn't very difficult. Also, with how weakened the origin soul was now, there weren't any obstructions. Bursts of miserable screams came from Lu Yun's mouth. The soul search spell was a very tyrannical and harmful spell. When this spell is used on someone who has a body, they feel less pain, but when used directly on the origin soul, the pain is many times greater. Lu Yun's painful screams gradually weakened. After one incense stick of time, his screaming died out and his origin soul was almost transparent. Wang Lin raised his left hand and reached directly into Lu Yun's dantian. When he withdrew his hand, there was a crystal in it. Wang Lin revealed a pondering expression as he sealed Lu Yun's origin soul into the soul flag. He had uses for this origin soul. He planned to refine Lu Yun's origin soul into one of the primary souls of the soul flag. After putting the soul inside the soul flag, Wang Lin's body moved like lightning into the distance. He was going in the direction that the primary souls chased after the heavenly ghost. So this land of demon spirits has such secrets hidden within. No wonder Ouyang Hua said that there is a bloodbath every time the outsiders arrive. Heavenly Ghost Sect. Although this Lu Yun exaggerated, there is still truth in his words. However, this matter is something to deal with 500 years from now, so there is no need to worry about it now. This Heavenly Ghost Sect's methods are interesting, and there are some devil restriction spells in Lu Yun's memories I can try. The demon spirit land is split into 9 countries, and each country has an ancient demon spirit sealed within. An ancient demon spirit is formed naturally from the heavens and earth and possesses powerful abilities. Once a cultivator fuses with it, their cultivation increases greatly and they have the chance to learn a powerful spell. According to Lu Yun's memories, every ancient demon spirit is a rare treasure, and after fusing with it, there is a chance of entering a state called beginning of the soul. The so-called beginning of the soul is a very mysterious state. Once a cultivator enters this state, the speed at which they can comprehend the heavens reaches an unimaginable degree. If this was the only thing it offered, it wouldn't be a big deal. The thing that makes every cultivator so crazy about it is that once you enter this state, there is a chance that you can create your own celestial spell based off your domain. Rumor has it that the celestial spells left behind by the celestial realm were created by powerful cultivators when they entered this state. As Wang Lin flew, his eyes lit up. After going through all of Lu Yun's memories, he had a decent idea about this land. It will be very difficult to obtain an ancient demon spirit. According to Lu Yun's memories, even though this place has existed for hundreds of thousands of years and opens up every 5,000 years, the number of cultivators that have managed to obtain an ancient demon spirit is far too low. Rumor has it that in these countless years, only 10 people have actually obtained an ancient demon spirit. The only way to obtain one is to have accomplishments. Each country only has one ancient demon spirit. The spirits aren't controlled by anyone, and they are the symbols of their respective countries. The spirits evolve once every 100,000 years, and if one is merged with someone before it can evolve, it would take 1,000,000 years to form a new one. The rank of each country's ancient demon spirit is different too. For example, the Sky Demon country's ancient demon was just born 100,000 years ago and has the lowest rank. The ancient demon in the 9 extinction country has never been merged ever since it was born, so its strength has reached an unimaginable degree. Only those with a lot of accomplishments have the chance to pray before an ancient demon spirit. Only those who have killed countless people have the chance of becoming one's owner. The ancient demon spirits are very mysterious. No matter how many accomplishments people who are born in this land rack up, they can only pray to them but never fuse with them. Only the foreigners have the right to merge with them. As for the reason for all of this, no one knows. Also, the demonic spiritual energy is the key to fusing with a spirit. If one doesn't have enough demonic spiritual energy, even if they have the chance to merge with a spirit, it won't succeed. As a result, this created the bloodbath that happens every 5,000 years when the foreigners arrive. The foreigners have to kill because by killing, they will be able to absorb all of the demonic spiritual energy the others have gathered. Only by killing others can my competition decrease. Wang Lin revealed a pondering expression as he quickly flew to where the primary souls were. He was moving like a meteor as he flew across the sky and disappeared into the horizon. The reason why Luo Yun knew all of this was because tens of thousands of years ago, a member of his sect came here. Although that person didn't obtain an ancient demon, he managed to make it out of here alive even though there was only 10% chance of living. After he returned to the Heavenly Ghost Sect, he immediately recorded his 500 years of experience in the demon spirit land. This is why Lu Yun knew all of this. Now his knowledge made it easier for me. Lu Yun learned from his ancestor that to quickly find one's roots here, they must join a country as soon as possible. This is the only way to obtain military exploits, but more importantly, once you have military exploits, you aren't on your own anymore. You will have demon soldiers and demon commanders at your command. This is the best way to gain an advantage at the start. The closest country is the Sky Demon country. Lu Yun went to the ancient demon city earlier and obtained an entrance token of the demon general of the left wing, but required him to acquire 3 ranks demonic spiritual energy to enter. This place uses ranks to measure demonic spiritual energy. 3 ranks of demonic spiritual energy is equal to the amount of spiritual energy a foundation establishment cultivator needs. Wang Lin's eyes lit up as he waved his hand and a crystal appeared in his palm. This was the demon crystal from Lu Yun's Dantian. After checking the crystal, he realized that it contained 2 ranks of demonic spiritual energy. No wonder this Lu Yun wanted to kill me. The demon crystal I absorbed inside the valley just happens to have 1 rank, and adding the 2 ranks here, that would make 3 ranks. However, it ended up benefiting me instead. Wang Lin sneered as he moved very quickly. His divine sense detected that the primary souls were not far away. His body turned into a cloud of green smoke and quickly charged over. However, he suddenly had an idea, and he forced his body out of the green smoke with a pondering expression in his eyes. Wait a minute. In Lu Yun's memories, it said that when fusing with an ancient demon spirit, there is a chance to enter the state called beginning of the soul. This sounds familiar. Beginning of the soul. Beginning of the soul, soul. Wang Lin's body trembled and he suddenly stopped and froze in the sky. His eyes were glowing brightly. If someone looked at him from a distance, they would see his eyes glowing so brightly that they could light up an area more than 10,000 feet away. Sha realm? Could it be the Sha realm? Wang Lin's eyes became even brighter. Ji, Dao, Sha. Wang Lin's heart beat like crazy. After obtaining the Ji realm, Wang Lin once went on a mad search for information regarding it. The largest harvest was from a cave deep under a plain in the Sea of Devils. There was a large collection of ancient books there, and it was there that he got a detailed description of the Ji realm. When he was looking for information on the Ji realm, he also found information on the other 2 realms, which were just as famous. Dao realm, Sha realm. Wang Lin's eyes lit up and he went into deep thought. Beginning of the soul. The 3 realms are 3 spiritual energy realms that have existed for a long time. If the Ji realm was able to transform from spiritual energy into divine sense, then the other 2 realms should be able to change as well. Could the state of beginning of the soul be an effect of the Sha realm turning into divine sense? If Ji realm is death, then the Sha realm is life. If the Sha realm is converted to divine sense, does that mean my divine sense will have endless life and will never die, or creation? I cultivate the heavens life and death domain. If I can fuse the Ji realm and Sha realm using the Ji realm as death and Sha realm as life, would that complete my domain? While thinking about this, Wang Lin bitterly smiled and shook his head. It was best not to fantasize too much about it, as it was just too unrealistic. He let out a soft sigh and put it in the back of his mind. It didn't matter if this beginning of the soul was what he thought it was, because right now it had nothing to do with him, and thinking more about it was pointless. Wang Lin's figure moved. With one step, he disappeared from the spot. When he reappeared, he was more than 5,000 kilometers away. When Wang Lin's figure appeared in the sky, he was flying over a plain. When he appeared, several ghost-like things flew toward him and circled him. One was a Chilean beast that roared as it moved. Wang Lin's divine sense spread out and focused on a black crack on the ground. This crack was more than 1,000 feet wide. The crack looked like it was created by someone striking with a flying sword from the sky. However, a long time has passed and most of it has closed, so now only a 100-foot gap remained. There was wild grass covering the entire area, so unless one looked very carefully, it was hard to see this crack in the ground. Wang Lin opened his mouth and sucked. The primary souls around him turned into black smoke and were sucked into his body, then they entered the 1 billion soul flag inside his origin soul. After putting the primary souls away, Wang Lin landed next to the crack and coldly looked at it. According to Lu Yun's memories, the Heavenly Ghost is a unique avatar that only the Heavenly Ghost sect has. These things are born from the void and normally have no form, but the members of the Heavenly Ghost sect use the blood of mortal pregnant women as a lure, the blood of powerful men as a guide, and add a cultivator's nascent soul as a medium. It takes 49 years to summon a Heavenly Ghost, then they use a secret spell to make it their life-bound Heavenly Ghost. Liu Yun had very high status in the Heavenly Ghost sect. Before he came here, his master gave him the weakest of his 9 life-bound Heavenly Ghosts to protect himself. Liu Yun didn't have much time to refine it, and that is why the Heavenly Ghost betrayed him. Wang Lin's eyes became cold and he waved his right hand. 2 strands of grey gas suddenly appeared and began moving between his fingers. He flicked his finger and the 2 strands of grey gas shot out toward the crack on the ground. These 2 strands of gas charged into the crack like 2 raging dragons. The Heavenly Ghost was hiding inside this crack. When he betrayed his master, he suffered a certain amount of consequences, and due to having lost the support of its master's blood essence, it was extremely weak right now. But this kind of weakness was only temporary. If it can last for 7 days, it would no longer need essence blood from its master. If it can last for 49 days, it will completely regain its freedom and return into incorporeal form. After that, it is free to go anywhere in this large world. At this moment, it was hiding inside the crack, then its eyes suddenly lit up as it showed itself and jumped at one of the strands of grey gas. However, at the moment it jumped, the grey gas suddenly collapsed into specks of light. The ghost was startled and wanted to retreat, but it was too late. Those specks of grey light quickly gathered, and what they were gathering toward was the ghost. In almost an instant, the Heavenly Ghost was covered in grey gas. The ghost let out an angry roar and quickly backed up. Just at this moment, the other strand of grey gas arrived before the Heavenly Ghost and suddenly collapsed into specks of grey light. Then it gathered once more with the Heavenly Ghost as the center. Just like that, in a short period of time, the Heavenly Ghost was covered in specks of grey light. Wang Lin was standing outside of the crack. At this moment, his eyes lit up, and he reached out with his right hand and said, "Collect." After he said that, there was a series of angry howls from the Heavenly Ghost. At the same time, a ray of black light charged out of the crack and pounced at Wang Lin. Wang Lin quickly backed up, but the black light chased after him. Wang Lin coldly snorted as he touched his bag of holding with his right hand and took out the soul lasher. He waved the whip, causing the Heavenly Ghost to let out a painful groan and slow down. The soul lasher specialized in injuring the soul, and the Heavenly Ghost had no real body and was the soul of a first-class spirit. The Heavenly Ghost became even more fierce under the pain. It decided to ignore the pain and charge toward Wang Lin. Its face was extremely fierce and filled with killing intent. The 2 strands of grey gas moved through its body like needles and continued to absorb large amounts of the Heavenly Ghost's life force. But at this moment, the Heavenly Ghost ignored it completely and charged at Wang Lin. Everywhere the Heavenly Ghost passed by, the grass withered and turned yellow. It looked very strange. Wang Lin's eyes became cold. He stopped moving backwards and waved the soul lasher. With a series of lashings, the Heavenly Ghost began letting out miserable groans. Finally, it couldn't withstand the pain anymore and turned around to escape. Wang Lin knew that this was the Heavenly Ghost's weakest moment. Once it escapes and recovers, it will be very troublesome to deal with. After searching Liu Yun's memories, he knew that the Heavenly Ghost first needed 7 days and then 49 days to recover. He almost didn't hesitate at all as he threw the soul lasher. The soul lasher shot out at the Heavenly Ghost like a fierce dragon. The Heavenly Ghost was very vicious. Seeing that it couldn't escape, it turned around and opened its mouth to spit out green fire. A large amount of green fire appeared and surrounded the soul lasher in a sea of green flames. This green fire was the Heavenly Ghost's life flame and also its most powerful attack. The hatred the ghost had toward Wang Lin was light compared to the hatred he felt toward the whip. What the ghost really hated was the whip. In its eyes, this whip was made especially for dealing with Heavenly Ghosts. Even if it died, it had to destroy this whip. In its memories, it had only heard of one treasure that was like this, but that treasure has long disappeared from this realm and should no longer exist. It decided that it must destroy this strange treasure that was designed to deal with Heavenly Ghosts. That's why even though it was so weak, it still used its life flame. At the moment it spat out its life flame, Wang Lin's expression changed. Wang Lin knew how powerful the heavenly ghost was and was hesitant, but this was the weakest the heavenly ghost will ever be, which is why he came to capture it. But at this moment, when he saw the flame, his heart trembled. Even though he wasn't being hit by it directly, he still felt its power. Instead of burning the body, this flame burned the soul. In almost an instant, he felt a burning pain in his origin soul. Right now he had no time for his heart to ache for the soul lasher, so he quickly retreated. But just at this moment, crackling sounds came from the soul lasher. Then a ray of golden light came from the whip. This golden light only appeared for an instant and then disappeared without a trace. But just that one flash caused Wang Lin's eyes to narrow. With one flash of golden light, the green flames immediately extinguished. They didn't slowly extinguish, it was as if there was a giant hand that smashed down and extinguished them all in an instant. After the flames were extinguished, the heavenly ghost revealed a strange expression as if couldn't believe what just happened. It let out a sharp scream before quickly running away. But it was too late. That flash of golden light not only caused the flames to extinguish, it also made the heavenly ghost's body more transparent. The heavenly ghost let out a terrified scream as it quickly dissipated. Wang Lin moved as fast as lightning and reached out toward the soul lasher. The whip trembled before quickly flying back into Wang Lin's hand. While holding the whip, Wang Lin let out a sigh of relief. The golden light from the whip earlier was simply too strange. He then looked at the heavenly ghost again. If it wasn't for Wang Lin quickly grabbing the whip, the ghost would have already died. Even now it was dying and its body was slowly dissipating. Wang Lin slapped his bag of holding and took out the soul flag. With one wave of the soul flag, he captured the heavenly ghost, and due to the special environment inside the flag, the heavenly ghost stopped dissipating. After doing all of this, Wang Lin carefully looked at the soul lasher. There was some change to the whip after being burned by the green flame. There were now some pieces of the leather that had curled up and were very sturdy. While examining it, Wang Lin suddenly had a weird feeling. After being burned by the flame, it seemed like a python that was shedding its skin, only it had just started and was not even close to being done. Shortly after, Wang Lin put the whip away. He then looked into the distance, and after figuring out the right direction, he bolted away. 3 days later, Wang Lin saw the valley in the distance. At this moment, the formation around the valley was giving off a powerful pressure. Wang Lin was very familiar with this pressure, it came from the restriction flag. When Wang Lin left, he took out the restriction flag. With the restriction flag helping the formation, the people of the valley were safe from the waves of demonic spiritual energy. He moved like lightning and quickly arrived outside the valley. With one step, he walked through the formation. He had already broken the formation once, and with the restriction flag inside it, it could be said that Wang Lin could do as he pleased with the formation. At the moment he appeared inside the valley, he saw the people that lived inside. They were listening to Ouyang Hua talk at the center of the valley. Ouyang Hua immediately saw Wang Lin and revealed a look of joy. He walked past all of the people and bowed to Wang Lin from a distance. "I welcome your return, Supreme Celestial." There was not a hint of disrespect in him at all. He personally saw Wang Lin leave with another foreigner, and now Wang Lin had returned on his own. That could only mean one thing: Wang Lin had killed the other foreigner. In Ouyang Hua's view, once two foreigners met, they would be in a life and death situation. The deepest part of the valley is a restricted area. Don't go there. After Wang Lin left those words, he disappeared before everyone's eyes and went into the depths of the valley. Ouyang Hua revealed a hint of ecstasy. With Supreme Celestial holding down the fort here, their safety was assured. Also, it would make expansion a lot easier. Thinking about this, Ouyang Hua revealed a hint of fanaticism. He turned around to look at the villagers and shouted, "No one is allowed to enter the depths of the valley. All of you, watch your children well, don't break the tribal law." The surrounding villagers all nodded, but there were also those with an unhappy expressions. One of them muttered, "Why can't we go there? That is the only cool place in the valley." Ouyang Hua stared at the person and shouted, "This is the tribal law. From today onward, that is added to the tribal law, and anyone who breaks it will be kicked out to fend for themselves. With that, everyone who was opposed to it became silent and no one dared to say anything more about it. Feeling that he had said it a bit too harshly, Oyenghua coughed and said, "This valley is too small, we should move. Your families should have more women. Our tribe should also get a bit bigger." The surrounding villagers' eyes became red and revealed hints of madness. One of them took a few steps forward and asked, "Elder, are we about to go to war?" Oyenghua ruthlessly nodded. Wang Lin was sitting in the lotus position in the depths of the valley. The reason Wang Lin decided to stay here was because he had other plans. To stay in the demon spirit land, he needed to have a foothold, strength, and military exploits. He had to go to ancient demon city, but before doing that, he had to make some preparations. There was a certain difficulty to creating his own foothold in ancient demon city. Also, according to Lu Yun's memories, the left-wing general's mansion had many experts. These people were all original inhabitants of this place. Their cultivation was focused on demonic spiritual energy, and so were their spells. Although Wang Lin hadn't met anyone who used demonic spiritual energy, Lu Yun had met them, and Lu Yun's ancestor interacted with people like that for a long period of time. If it was before searching Lu Yun's memories, Wang Lin would have gone to ancient demon city without any hesitation, but now he changed his mind. Instead of going to ancient demon city to join the left-wing general's mansion, I'd rather stay here and teach the inhabitants of this place so that they will listen to my commands. I will teach them spells so that years from now, I'll have a force that belongs to me. Wang Lin revealed a pondering expression which then turned into a determined expression. People who achieve great things don't worry about trivial matters. I'll teach them the soul flag spells. These spells are easy to use and are good for killing. The more one kills, the more souls one can gather, and their strength increases along with it. I can also use this chance to see if I can repair the 1 billion soul flag. If I can repair it, then I won't even have to be afraid of ascendant cultivators. I can definitely become top 10 out of all the cultivators that came in. Only by doing this will I have a chance of getting an ancient demon spirit at the end. While thinking about this, Wang Lin took a deep breath and touched his bag of holding. 2 pieces of jade appeared in his hand. He spread out his divine sense and left behind some chants within them. The soul refining sect had 3 spells: soul refining, soul extraction, and soul sealing. Soul sealing is something only the true disciple of the sect can learn. In fact, the soul sealing spell was made for the 1 billion soul flag. It is the spell to control it. As for soul refining and soul extracting, they are the roots of the soul refining sect. In addition to learning these 2 spells, creating their own soul flags is also an important part of truly becoming a disciple of the soul refining sect. Only after refining a soul flag can they be considered a real soul refining sect disciple. Soul refining is to refine already existing souls, and soul extracting is to extract the soul of a living person. Wang Lin only left the early stage of the soul refining and soul extracting chants inside the jades. Then he pondered a bit and left simple instructions on the production of soul flags. Using this method to create a soul flag would have a fatal flaw that only Wang Lin knew about. It could even be said that with this fatal flaw, he wouldn't even have to refine the person's soul flag to control it like it was his own. Wang Lin was a cautious person, so it was natural that he wouldn't teach someone without any reservation. This video will end here.